Hello everybody, my name is Dr. Lighten94 and welcome back to another video on the channel here. Today we're doing something a little bit off the beaten path of what the long-term plans on videos are, but today we are going to be starting a KDF free-to-play account. Now the account is going to be free-to-play in general. It's just the first character I'm creating on it is going to be a KDF character because, you know, Year of Klingon. And I want to show off both the remastered content and give a little love to the Klingon side of things on both the budget end, the high end, and how you can manage to make the free-to-play system work without having to rely on having a Federation or Federation-aligned toon. Now, with that said, being Federation-aligned does, from what I have generally noticed, and this can go for most things in the game, being a Federation-aligned toon does make several things quite a bit easier to access for you. However, that being said, it is, if you put your time in and do your studying and your work and grind the missions and get yourself up to level 65, grind your marks, etc., you should be able to get a KDF toon up just as high as you could get a Fed toon with some discounts on a few key things, such as, just to name one specifically, the DPRM, the Dynamic Power Redistributor module. I think I got that right. I still haven't gotten that on my main tactical toon on my main account, which is Federation Aligned, because the ship that you get that console in, because it's basically the best console in the game, costs currently about 700 million energy credits on the exchange. So, just a heads up on that. However, if you get it on KDF side, you can get it in a box, which is much reduced price because all you're buying is the console. So, I mean, that's just one example. Again, it works the other way around for Federation items in a box that are ships for Klingons. The sarcophagus, for example, has a really good trait and stuff, and that's easy for Feds to get and hard for Klingons to get because the ships are expensive. So anyway, I'm coming out to prove that the KDF budget free-to-play system is just as viable as the Federation. And what better time to do it than the Year of Klingon. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started here. Today, in this video, we're going to be creating my character and going through the tutorial. Once the tutorial is over, we're gonna talk a little bit about what the future plans I have going for this character might be, such as type of build, etc. And then the next episode, we're just gonna go mission by mission. And I realize it could be much more efficient if I grinded off camera and then went into changes I've done over a significant length of time, which I may do in the future, but considering I'm still getting several of my main toons up to where I want them, up to speed, on my main account, I figure this episode basis will give me some consistent content, given that I have time to play. So, anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get started here. So, Klingon Defense Force. The Klingon Defense Force serves as the primary military force of the Klingon Empire. Responsible for defending the Empire's borders from all foes, the KDF commands the powerful space fleet of the Empire. The KDF High Command is headquartered on the planet Kronos. Serve the Klingon Empire with honor and glory to you and your house. I love that line. Alright, let's go ahead and get started here. So, here is the question. This is our list of species we have. I think I'm gonna end up going with the Klingon because, at least on the male side, Klingon females are getting revamped later next week. More on that later in this video. But I think I'm gonna go with a Klingon male because that's one of the major focuses they had on remastering in the first Year of Klingon update. So we're gonna go ahead with him. Klingon male. Gonna make him a tactical officer because science, well, I'll put it this way, anything DPS is expensive, period. It's just the way it is. Science is, depending on what you're doing, I find a little more specialized because you have to get your specific good sciencey consoles, which don't necessarily come on the things you would expect. Engineering is good, but I feel like it's very technical and you have to know what you're doing if you want to be that true engineer style character. So just for ease of use and because Klingons like to punch and, you know, battle, we're going to be a tactical officer here. Because I feel like it's just, this is going to sound very biased, but in a way it's the most Klingon. So here we go. We've got Mr. Cranky Klingon, and he's got quite a rugged look to him. Let's see. That's him right there, I think. We've got to find a good look. Okay, I like that as a basis. However, the skin is about one tone darker than I want it. I'm thinking about right there. A nice medium deep tone for that Klingon blood. Alright, so rigid, we're making him a 24th century Klingon. 25th technically, but let's go with Klingon 3, base complexion. Let's go with number 6. Oop. Let's go with number 11 there. Let's keep number 2 on the nose ridges. Skip the tattoos and stuff. Ooh, there we go. Klingon eye patch. I like that. I like that. I like that look right there. Though I do... Ooh, what would... Now that's interesting. A Klingon with a mustache. That's funny. Let's see, let's give him... Well, why is your beard still brown on the top there? Alright, let's go with that. That will work just fine. Feel like he looks very Klingon piratey, which is kind of the look I'm going for with this character. Body. We want you tall and towering. And we want you to be a brawler style because you are Klingon. You want to bring glory to yourself and your house, and you don't care who you have to beat up to do it. So, for the moment, let's just stick with the basic outfit. Alright, we'll keep the generic ship name for the moment. And what are we gonna name this guy? How about Jopak? That's a nice Klingon-y name. So, alright, let's go. Engage. Let's go play some Klingon.
For too long, we have turned our hearts from the path our fathers laid. I have watched you train. I have witnessed your prowess, your victory. Now it is your duty, your honor, to serve the Empire. Enemy targets on sensors. Wipe the sleep from your eyes. Wake and remember the call of our fathers. You will be challenged. You will know pain, but you will not bend or break. Fight with passion and earn your place in the halls of Stovacor. By the blood of Kalis, it will be glorious!
Second officer aboard a Klingon bird of prey, currently in charge of the Night Watch. You are in command of the ship, while Captain Sherlock and First Officer Taran are off duty. Your shift nears its end. Third Officer Lieutenant Kagan would like to have a word with you before you leave the bridge.
Alright, so that was the most Klingon-y intro I think I've seen. Love that. So, we're second officer aboard a Klingon bird of prey, charge of the Night Watch, and we need to tie up our things before Captain Jurlet comes to the bridge.
People you can interact with have icons above their heads.
I know how to play the game, so we're going to go ahead and disable the pop-ups. Again, this is a brand new account completely. Have not touched it until right now, so I'm probably going to have to do a few housekeeping things afterwards, so bear with me. I apologize for pulling up the options right there, but there's a few volume settings I like adjusted just for personal reasons, so let's go ahead and talk to Lieutenant Kagan.
The end of the shift is near, at last. I have updated the duty logs. Not that there was a lot to report. Still, we have our duties. You will need to approve the logs before the captain arrives. Unless you are fond of cleaning up after his targ.
Very well, Lieutenant.
The logs are up on my station now. Use it to transfer them into the record of battle. Ha! Battle. The only battle we face is against the forces of boredom. We are warriors of the Empire. We should be finding glory against Starfleet in honorable combat, not flying through empty space.
Move to the indicated console and use it to approve the logs. Remember your place, Lieutenant. That will be all. So let's go over here and approve the logs of the night.
I hope the logs didn't bore you too much. I almost fell asleep writing them. If you'd like something more entertaining, I've made some adjustments to the standard disruptor training program on the holodeck. I think you'll find them interesting.
Anything would be better than shooting drones. I will try it.
Captain on the bridge! Nook Nech! I see you and Kagan kept my ship from blowing up during your watch. Kalis would be proud. I relieve you. Return in 6 hours, Lieutenant. You are dismissed.
Let's transfer command. I must say, I really do love these new visuals. They look absolutely gorgeous. Especially when you go back and look at some of the other stuff. Man, looks good. So let's go to the holodeck for target practice.
The holodeck is initializing. Do not enter. The training program is ready. You may enter now.
Alright. We have a disruptor pistol here they already equipped on us, so let's go ahead and use that. And let's go shoot some Starfleet officers here. Because at this point in time, Starfleet and the Klingons are at war. In this point in time in the game. So there we go. Alright. There we go. Got them all. Very nice. Alright. Let's go to the crew quarters. And get ready for whatever Klingons call bed. Sleep in your rack. Which is right over here. Okay, nighty-night.
You're like the Segma. We're ready to receive your prisoner.
Acknowledged. We're beaming the piece of Baktok to you, now. I recommend you muzzle him. The sound of his voice is irritating.
If he irritates me, I will feed him to my favorite Targ, piece by piece. Shields! Hey, shields!
Qapla, you're alive. This is First Officer Duran. We have sustained damage from a surprise attack. I need you to motivate the crew and get them back to their posts.
Acknowledged, Commander. Well, that didn't sound very nice. The explosion or the First Officer?
Today is a good day to die.
Qapla, that is the spirit.
I will do what must be done. With honor.
I am ready to serve with honor for the Empire.
Here is the situation. We took custody of a Federation prisoner from the IKS Segpa. Almost immediately after transport, a Starfleet cruiser showed up and attacked. We took some severe damage, but we were able to get our shields up before they could beam over. They've launched shuttles and have boarded the ships on the lower decks. Our security teams are tied up all over the ship, so I need your help securing the lower deck. Grab a rifle from the armory locker and then make your way to the lower decks. I don't know how they were able to enter our shuttle bay, so check the bodies for anything that can give us a clue as to how they were able to board us. One or two of them might be carrying something useful.
Interact with the armory locker by clicking on it to get a disruptor rifle. Then equip it by double-clicking on it in your inventory.
Well, that's simple enough. So, let's get a rifle, go shoot some Federation officers, and figure out how they got on the ship. I must say, this tutorial does feel extremely Klingon, which I love, so, alright. Let's go. Turbolift to the lower decks. Oh, look. Starfleet officers. Let's shoot them. Okay. There's those two. Let's see if somebody has information, so we can figure out what happened. There we go. Encoded Federation message. Very nice. Let's repel borders. Because we are Klingons. We do not let the Federation Baktog spit us around. That would be very dishonorable. I would do this in a Klingon voice, but trust me, you'd be thanking me that I'm not. Alright. Looks like we got two more up here. Alright, there we go. So let's go ahead and decode the recovered message. Alright, let's go ahead and let her rip.
This is Captain Jurlik. I have the prisoner you seek, and I do not wish to be captured or killed. I will permit your boarding shuttles to land on my ship in exchange for my release once you have the prisoner. My crew must never learn of this, so arm your boarding parties and expect resistance once you board.
Well, well, well. Our little ptak of a captain is a traitor. Let's go ahead and contact the first officer.
You recovered that message from the Federation borders? My suspicions about our Pataka the captain have been confirmed. I've been seeing signs of Jurlik's cowardice and incompetence for months now, but finally, this is the proof I need to challenge him.
As I said, ptak the captain.
I see that you are near the brig. I want you to talk to the Federation prisoner there. Find out why he is so valuable, and then report back directly to me. Qapla!
Find the Federation prisoner in the brig and talk to him. Let's see if he can give more insight in the situation. So, let's go see who this prisoner is.
The prisoner is still here. Starfleet's rescue attempt has failed.
I wouldn't get too cocky if I were you.
Something on your mind, Second Officer? You do know your captain's a traitor, right? And now 2 of you know. That's a start. Tell me, does Duran know about Jurlek's dishonor as well? Well then, I'm guessing you'll be first officer before too long. Can't imagine Duran letting something like that slide.
How do you know so much about our crew, Starfleet?
It's my business to know things. If I were you, I'd check in with soon-to-be Captain Duran. She'll probably want to talk about your promotion.
I'm afraid First Officer Duran is indisposed. Permanently. Report to the bridge at once. Unless you wish to join her in Stovacor.
Well, I was half right. Congratulations on your promotion, First Officer.
The captain has dishonored himself. You are the next ranking officer. It is your right to challenge him to a duel, to the death. If you defeat him, the ship is yours. Go. You know what must be done.
Alright, let's go challenge the captain for command of the ship. And in case you didn't know, that is Franklin Drake. He works for Section 31. And as he said, it's his business to know things. You'll probably find out more about him as you go along. Let's go to the bridge.
It took you long enough. Take your station. We have work to do if we are to survive. Well, what are you waiting for? The blessing of Kalis? Do as you're told, or I will find someone who will.
I am Jopok. I now take my place as first officer. I serve the captain, but I stand for the crew. See, I told you you'd not like the Klingon voice, but hey, we'll work on it.
Oh, you stand for the crew, eh? You think you can kill me and take my command? Duran was a better warrior than you, and she now sings in Stovacor. You will fare no better, whelp. Think. We fight a war we cannot win. Not even Qapla could defeat the Federation, and they were far weaker then. Why should we die for Jimpok's folly?
So, you're a coward. You dishonor yourself.
Young fool! I plan on living a long and prosperous life. I give you one last chance. Stand down, or your corpse will be cooling on the deck next to Duran's. What say you?
I say you belong in Grethor, and I will send you there.
As you wish. I've killed one hero today. Why not litter the deck with the body of another? Draw your weapon, and try to die well, fool.
Let's challenge the captain and claim command. Well, that was easy.
Fight well for a fool. Give me the warrior's death.
Bye-bye, Captain Jurlek.
Ha! Well fought! An honorable victory! Under Imperial law, you are now the captain. I will enter the change of command into the record of battle. I am Kagan, son of Kerr. I now take my place as first officer. I serve the captain, but I stand for the crew.
Acknowledged. When can this ship be ready for battle?
Engines and shields are online, sir. Engineering expects to restore our weapons soon. The cloaking device may take a bit longer, however.
Understood. I want this vessel battle-ready soon, Lieutenant.
The Starfleet vessels that attacked us are still in the area, and the Segpa is moving to engage them in battle. There is glory to be found there. What are your orders, Captain?
Congratulations, warrior.
Alright, so we are now a warrior level 2, so let's take command.
Captain, there is no sign of the Segpa on scanners. We do not know if the Feds destroyed her, but I suggest we not worry about that just yet. Engines and shields are operational, but we need Iridium to facilitate immediate repairs to other systems, and our Iridium stores were lost in the ambush. Fortunately, there are some asteroids in the vicinity that might have what we need.
Alright.
Increase your speed using B. Decrease your ship speed by using Q.
Let's go find some Iridium. We got Kagan as an officer. Very nice.
Helm, full stop! Captain, I recommend we use the scanners to see if this contains any Iridium.
Let's go ahead and scan for Iridium.
No Iridium on the scanners, but that nearby asteroid field may have what we need. Captain, I recommend using full impulse to reach the asteroid field.
Happily. Means I can transfer my power to weapons.
Helm, full stop! Captain, I stopped the ship this time, but from now on you'll be responsible for controlling the speed of the ship.
Alright, let's scan for Iridium.
We have found several asteroids that contain Iridium, Captain. Weapons are back online.
Okay.
Mashka! We found some Iridium!
Alright, let's collect our Iridium.
Captain, I'm picking up a Starfleet distress signal. Seems that a frigate looking for us took a hit in a nearby asteroid field. They are disabled. They won't be out of action for long. I suggest we put an end to their hunt while we can.
Let's go.
What are your orders, Captain?
Prepare for battle.
Mayday, mayday! We are disabled and under attack by the overwhelming presenting force. Request assistance.
Sir, a Federation repair team just moved in. I suggest we take them out as well.
Warning.
Captain, the Feds are jamming our sensors. We can't get a lock on the Segpa while they do. We have determined the location of the ships that are jamming us, however. We should eliminate them so we can continue our search for the Segpa. It will be a tough fight, but the crew hungers for battle. I think we're up for the challenge. Your orders, Captain?
Ready the cloaking device. Alright, let's go. Time to go beat Klingon and bring honor and glory to the house. There's one. There's two. And there's three. Very nice. Let's talk to our first officer.
Enemy ships destroyed. Jamming effect neutralized. We are clear to resume our search for the Segpa, Captain. Your orders?
Resume scans for Klingon vessels immediately.
This is Captain Kagdar of the IKS Segpa. Where is Captain Jurlek?
Alright, just a second while I change one control here. Jurlek is dead. I challenged the coward for command of the Kunpog and emerged victorious.
Ha! Finally! That miserable Topa has been a blight for far too long. Congratulations! May you bring glory to your ship and your house. Speaking of which, do you want to join our fight against this Federation Patak? My long-range comms are down, so I cannot notify High Command of the situation.
Qapla! Our disruptors thirst for more Federation hulls to lance.
Communications officer, make a report to command. Give them our coordinates and tell them we are moving to assist the Segpa in battle.
Helm! Set a course for the Segpa battle stations. Let's go ahead and cloak.
Starfleet vessel is hailing us. Do you wish to respond?
Let them eat static. All hands to battle stations.
You're making a huge mistake.
Sure we are, for we are Klingon. Klingons do not make mistakes. See, I'm really getting into this.
Captain, Klingon Defense Force reinforcements are warping in.
Wonderful. Let's blow up a starship. Honestly, playing as a Klingon is just way too fun sometimes. And Galaxy class down. Nice. Alright, let's contact Captain Kagdar. Kagdar. Eh.
We are going to stay here while repairs are underway. But you need to get that Federation prisoner to Kronos immediately. High Command is expecting him. You probably want to space him by now. I know I did, but that would be a career-ending move for you. Just get him to Kronos.
Alright, so we're getting more XP, expertise, new set of cannons, and a new shield, so nice.
Congratulations, warrior.
And we are now warrior level 3, and let's go to Kronos. Hail Kronos Prison.
So you're the one with my prisoner. Congratulations! We've captured him many times, but no one has ever actually gotten him as far as Kronos before he escaped. He's quite the prize. Beam him down directly to the prison here in First City, and we'll make arrangements for the prisoner transfer. Kronos Prison Facility out.
Prepare for prisoner transfer. Let's beam him down.
The prisoner has been received.
Alright, let's go to Kronos. To First City.
The prisoner has been received and muzzled. Typical human, in love with the sound of his own voice. Oh, some stuffy bureaucrat tried to reach you here. Word about your promotion has traveled fast, it seems. I suggest you present yourself to the High Council and get the formalities out of the way.
I'm already near the Great Hall. The Chancellor is not far. Alright, so. With that said, yeah, that is technically the end of the tutorial. Is beaming down the prisoner. So, yeah, so first let's go ahead, equip our better cannons and our shield, although I think tentative plan is for this to be a disruptor beam boat. Possibly with a Katinga variant is what I'm thinking. Just something classic Klingon pirate style is what I'm gonna go for. So anyway, that's the tentative build plan, but we'll talk more about that when we change ships at level 10. So this is going to be my free-to-play character. We're going to do one, unless it's a very short mission, we're going to do one video every mission and just see how it goes. But it's very easy content for me to make on a consistent basis, and it's fun. It's Klingon, and it's a challenge I had not considered before because I was lucky enough that when I started STO about 8 months ago, I had some funds available to use on ships and gear by the time I hit max level. So this, I thought, would be a character I don't have to, quote, play on every day, but it's something I could have fun on and give myself a bit of a challenge on my efficiency of resources, theory building, and stuff like that. It's just, I feel like I'm going to be a better player because of it. So, as I just stated a minute ago, the plan is we are going to keep the disruptor theme type because I'm a Klingon. We use disruptors. They're the fun thing. As for a few ground rules with this character, the way it's going to work, I am going to invite this character over to a Klingon fleet I'm already in on my main for the simple purpose of, and I will state this now, as long as a few other things, for the simple purpose of if you're just standing around once you hit a decent level, like level 10, level 20, if you're just standing around without a fleet, like if you just sit in Kronos First City, New Romulus, if you're a Federation player, ESD, even in space somewhere in a social zone, you will get invites to fleets in a hurry. So, with that said, I'd rather be in a fleet that I already know works for the way I play on the Klingon side, and that I know how many fleet credits I have to grind out to get store permissions, etc. You all, if you have experience in STO, you know how fleets work. So that is one exception I'm making, because even for a free-to-play character, fleets are an essential thing. Number 2, which I am debating about. Once you get in a fleet and you're a low level and you don't have anything, I have seen many, many, many cases, and I have contributed to some myself, simply because it's just kind of the polite thing to do. If somebody's character is struggling to level, you go ahead and craft them some gear, send them over some free stuff to get started. Now, since this character is not a lifetime subscriber, doesn't have access to any of the missions ahead of time that I would normally play, like, for instance, Midnight. I would run through 3 times off the bat for the Soul Defense set on the type of character I'm planning on building here. I can't just go and do that because I can't skip ahead. So, possibly at level 10, once I get a new ship, I might mail myself some beams. Just some plain crafted Mark IV, very rare disruptor beams, maybe a photon, just some very, what I would call basic necessities. They probably cost about, I don't know, anywhere from 25 to 75,000 EC on the exchange. Very cheap things, very common things, but it saves me the trouble of having to rely on drops for my gear and mix and match. That is something I've been considering. I have not decided one way or the other. So, we'll see. Because, and I'm kind of waiting for this content to drop next week. Next week, they are redoing this Warzone thing. They're revamping and remastering all of these missions. And these 2 missions are getting combined into one. Now, in this mission, Second Star to the Right, straight on till morning, there are... And let me see if I can pull this up for you guys. I should be able to, and you can see what I'm talking about, because... Let's see. Mission... Here we go. Second Star to the Right, straight on till morning. Okay. This mission is about to be combined with the mission after it that is titled Keep Your Enemies Closer, and it's going to combine into a new mission called Mars, the Bringer of War. Now, if you watch Star Trek Online's 10 Forward Weekly, you would see about this and see that this change is coming. Now, in this mission, Second Star to the Right, straight on till morning, and I asked about this on Twitter last week because I was curious, especially for free-to-plays, you get these weapons called Plasma Disruptor Hybrid Beam Arrays. You get it just from playing the mission. You can get it on Romulans, you can get it on this mission for Klingons. Currently, this mission for the Federation is out of game due to remastering. However, there is hints that this section of the missions will be revamped next year for the big finale of the Year of Klingon. That is what was implied. I have no clue one way or the other. However, I could, and I did confirm these weapons are staying in the new mission, Mars the Bringer of War, I could just play this mission over and over and over again to get enough disruptor arrays to get up to I think they max at Mark 11 to set myself up until I can get some reputation gear and other stuff and purchase something or get my crafting leveled up. Again, I have several options here. The main problem with building a free-to-play toon is upgrading things. Because if I play that mission to get my beam arrays, unlike some of the mission sets, I can't just freely upgrade them to Mark 12, so I have to use an upgrade, which requires both the lithium and an upgrade, and if you don't have enough lithium for Phoenix boxes, EC. That's what I'm saying. You have to be much more crafty in how you build for the budget level unless you want to grind over and over for your stuff on a free-to-play toon, which again is fine. I'm ready and eager for the challenge. So, that's kind of the conflict I'm facing. But yes, eventually once I reach level 50 and max out at Mark 12s, I probably am going to play that mission several times to get these, because even more than crafted, other than set things from set rewards from missions and reputation for just a mission style weapon that is unique to a mission, not part of any set, these are probably the best budget disruptor beams in the game. That's just the way it is. So that is the tentative plan. Feel free to leave feedback in the comment section if you guys have any thoughts. I'm open to criticism or suggestions. I have not been a completely free-to-play player, so I'm learning some of this on the fly. But again, I'm eager for the challenge here, because I know I'm going to have to think smart on how I do my building, my buying, and everything. So, good news is I have a decent basis of what I need to work on, so. Anyway, like I said, the one thing I have decided is I am going to invite this character over to a fleet. Not that that's going to come into play until much, much later in the series, but just so I can go ahead and start earning fleet credits and stuff. So anyway, with that being said, that's the end of the tutorial. The next video is going to consist of the mission Duties of Command. So that said, this is Dr. Light 94, and I am signing off, everybody. Have a good day. Peace out.